Hi, my name is Nicole Czachowski. I'm 24 years old and I live in Pittsburgh. I work in technology and software, and I'm a patient of Dr. Lessman at the Vision Development Institute. So most of my problems began when I started to notice that when I was working on my computer, my eyes seemed to not be focusing. My vision was a little bit blurry, and it just felt difficult to work on my computer all of a sudden. At around the same time, I started to develop this sort of sinus-like pressure pain behind my nose. It quickly spread to my neck, my upper back, my shoulders, the base of my skull, and all around my head, until I was convinced that I was having the most terrible migraine of my life and that it was lasting for days and weeks on end. I ended up going to multiple doctors. I had absolutely no idea what was wrong with me, and at this point, I was completely debilitated. I had to all but stop working, and I was consumed in a downward spiral of pain, difficulty living my day-to-day life, anxiety, and depression from all of the physical and mental things that were happening to me. I found that I was having panic attacks multiple times a day. I was extremely dizzy all of a sudden. The floor felt like a trampoline. I couldn't go in supermarkets or crowded places. I was too dizzy, disoriented, and anxious, and even looking at my phone screen caused me so much pain in my face that I couldn't do it for more than a minute at a time. I was completely debilitated. I had thought that my life would never turn back to what it was and that there was really no hope for me. My life felt like it was over. I was struggling day to day to do all of my normal tasks, and I was just looking for a miracle. When I met Dr. Lessman at the Vision Development Institute and had an extremely thorough, multiple hour-long eye exam, he was able to identify things that none of my other previous eye doctors had ever even tested me for. And like the person who I connected to at the beginning of this journey, I was diagnosed with binocular vision dysfunction, which essentially means that both of my eyes are not working together as a team very well. I could have a perfect prescription and I could still have binocular vision dysfunction. There could be nothing visibly wrong with my eyes and I could still have binocular vision dysfunction. It's not a very widely talked about problem, and I was very lucky that the people at the Vision Development Institute were knowledgeable and equipped to diagnose and treat this problem. All I can say is that after many weeks of vision therapy, my life has completely changed. All of the debilitating symptoms that I walked in with are gone. I have no more dizziness, I have no more panic attacks, I have no more anxiety, I have no more headaches, I have no more face pain, I have no more jaw pain. My life has turned from a downward spiral to an upward trajectory of positivity, health, wellness, mental and physical. At the beginning, when all of my medical and mental health issues started, I was not convinced that it was necessarily something to do with my vision or my sight, because I was actually experiencing full body symptoms. I couldn't quite clearly connect it to vision, and I wasn't expecting to walk into this place and experience something miraculous. I walked in basically unable to work, and I ended up taking a leave of absence from work because I seriously could not handle looking at the screen. It would cause me so much difficulty reading, so much pain. I felt nauseous and dizzy, and it was just pretty much impossible. After vision therapy, I'm now able to work full 8-hour days as a software developer, sitting at the computer looking at long lines of code, just like everyone likes to do. And I'm very, very happy financially that I could get back to my job, socially that I could get back to talking to my coworkers, and just being a normal person again. I had thought that working full-time was just not possible for me anymore because of the condition that I was in. Vision therapy can completely turn your life around. Even if you don't believe that you have a problem with your eyes, even if you've seen so many doctors and nobody can tell you what's wrong with you, try to see the Vision Development Institute, see what they have to say, because they might end up changing your entire life just like they changed mine. In addition to vision therapy, working on my binocular vision capabilities using machines such as these, we also did something called syntonic light therapy, which is a way to calm the nervous system down and reconnect the nervous system, the brain, and the eyes connection and ability to work together properly. Syntonic light therapy was essentially a way to bring my nervous system back from completely chaotic, out of control, feeling totally anxiety and panic filled, to a more calm, neutral, and hopeful state. And I truly believe that the syntonic therapy was the biggest factor in calming down my nervous system and the effects of what happened to me because of my condition. We also worked a lot on spatial awareness. So that essentially means, do I understand the space that I'm in? Do I understand the perception of depth? Am I accurately able to locate different things in the room? I'll just tell you a little experience about me. My entire life in school, when we would take the tests in the beginning of the year that would tell you your learning style so that the teacher could help you learn better, I always scored lowest on the visual learner component. Nobody believed that to be a red flag. I just thought that that was something about me. I learned better when I wasn't looking at somebody explain something. I learned better when I wasn't watching somebody explain something. I always learned better listening than I did seeing, and I thought nothing of it. One of the things we worked on in vision therapy to increase my spatial awareness was literally working with blocks, like little kid toys, Legos, little shapes, working on how to make mirror images of two shapes, learning how to flip images vertically and horizontally, and doing little puzzles with little blocks, figuring out how to rotate them into the proper positions to fit them into the puzzle. So this just seemed like fun to me. I'm feeling so much better physically, so much better mentally. I'm a better driver. I no longer run around in my house and bump into things. I'm no longer whacking my elbow off the table, stubbing my toe. All of that clumsiness that I used to have is just gone. I feel like a transformed person. I have a transformed life, and I cannot thank Dr. Lessman, all of the vision therapists in the Vision Development Institute enough for allowing me to experience this change, and I'm just so lucky that I was able to find them and get the treatment that I needed. One of the problems that I experienced driving for the entire time I've had a license is anxiety and extreme difficulty when I'm turning right and I'm attempting to merge into the rightmost lane, and there are multiple lanes by me. So what I mean by this is that I would sit at the turn and I'd be looking and I'd be trying to turn right, and it just felt like there were always cars right next to me. Like I couldn't accurately tell the depth, and I couldn't even tell the difference between the rightmost lane and the leftmost lane. They all blended together. It seemed like it was just the most anxiety-inducing situation. I had no idea how anyone ever turned right and merged into a lane. It just felt like this incredible, impossible task. After vision therapy, I have no anxiety when I turn right into a lane. I have no anxiety when merging into different lanes in traffic, and I can actually tell the difference between when a car is approaching me in the rightmost lane and when a car is approaching me in the leftmost lane. For the first time, I can understand that depth. After going through vision therapy at the Vision Development Institute and really focusing on visual spatial awareness, I can now parallel park my car effortlessly for the first time at age 24. I no longer have to have panic and anxiety and practically be unable to drive on highways and merge lanes effectively. It has completely changed not only my vision, my mental state, it has totally integrated me into my environment where I feel like I'm able to understand what's around me better, and I finally have unlocked that visual learning part of my brain that I thought was forever inaccessible to me. Another funny thing is that people just don't beep at me anymore when I drive, which I never thought was possible, but thanks to the Vision Development Institute, I now believe I'm one of Pittsburgh's safest and nicest drivers. One of the most insightful things that I've gleaned from this experience is how others are perceiving me. I've always been a person who is very anxious. I've been on psychiatric meds since I was 16. I've always had a therapist, and I just thought that mental health struggles, social anxiety, severe introversion were just things about me. I was just kind of a little different from people. I was more closed off. I worried more. I thought that would never change. I had totally accepted those as parts of me. After seeing the Vision Development Institute, my friends now say, "What happened? Did you get a new car? Did you win some money at the casino? Did you win the lottery? Why are you so talkative? You're so much happier. You're so much more personable. You're outgoing. And I said, wow, really? And then I sat there and thought about it. And I now walk into stores and say hello, good morning to the cashier. I make small talk with people for the first time in my life, which might not sound too fascinating to some of you guys, but to me, that was an incredible change from dreading interactions with people to going and seeking them out myself. It feels like my personality just got a little tune-up. I got more confidence. I had more of an ability to speak with self-assuredness, and I'm more inclined to be open with people, be open with my friends, and it's just this amazing benefit that was a direct result of the care I got at the Vision Development Institute. People that I meet online that I talk to will say, why do you think it's my vision? Why do you think it has anything with my vision? I have headaches, I'm dizzy, I feel like I'm rocking on a boat. It doesn't feel like it's from their eyes, so they question and say, your story is amazing, but that doesn't sound like me. And I just wanted to get the point across that I didn't necessarily think that the root of all my problems was my vision either. I had a bunch of symptoms, full body symptoms, that felt so different than, maybe I'm seeing a little blurry. It was so much more than that. So I didn't believe that I was going to find this miracle at vision therapy either. I didn't even know what vision therapy was. Believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy. It would sound crazy to me too, but this is incredibly true. This is my story, and I'm so happy that I get the opportunity to share it with other people. I've learned now that vision is so much more than just sight. Vision is so much more than just what prescription they give you at the eye doctor. What I've learned is that vision is abstract in its function as well as abstract in its dysfunction, which is why these vision issues, these binocular vision dysfunctions, are often confused by professionals, lay people, patients, by anyone. I was so compelled by the experience that I had at the Vision Development Institute that I felt like I had to tell people about it. I had to talk about what happened to me because I think that it can help so many people. So if you're watching this video and you're having things go wrong for you, you're feeling hopeless, you have medical issues that you can't really get a real diagnosis on, and you're just flat out struggling, it's important to get an evaluation for a binocular vision dysfunction just to rule it out, to make sure that it's not something that you have, because that might be the answer for you. There is hope here. You can feel better, get better, and see better. Try to get to the Vision Development Institute, because you might be surprised at how much more vision is than just sight.